Hey y'all, welcome back to another part of the Her Story series. Let's pick up where we left off. All right, I was bragging about landing a contract with Natural Black Theater before graduation. Shout out to my girl Shay for bringing me on as her assistant stage manager. I learned so much on the job and was supported by professionals that took the time to explain what part of the process we were working on and my responsibilities and what was needed to be done in a tight 4-week window. Yikes. It's nervous, but we got it done. I can't wait to work with the ensemble again. Now, after Black Mother Lost Daughter, I was searching for work, any work. Learning very quickly that you have to, actively apply to find work. Luckily, Shay, my favorite job mother, came through and got me an interview to be a production assistant for Jaja's African Hip Braiding in August. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I felt way out of my depth, but my stage management team, shout out to Melanie and Monet, reminded me daily to ask questions. And I'll admit, my productivity, just needed some work. But those women really held me down. They guided me with care, and they managed a whole world premiere Broadway show. Come on now. Being part of that process was eye-opening. I saw firsthand how powerful it is when women lead with confidence, decisiveness, and thoughtful planning. It was truly inspiring. I worked until we opened in early October, and then I was back on Playbill, applying to whatever I felt was qualified for. Then in December, I got a call from this beautiful soul who asked me to direct her original work called Masquerade. This immersive production was the gift of the Diaspora Carnivals for a young audience. Melissa, thank you so much again for trusting me with your vision. Shout outs to you for taking your Good Night Black Child podcast, along with Brittany, of course, and expanding it into this piece at the New Victory Theater. Anyways, y'all, interview will be on the way, but check them out. At the same time, my girl Sharice referred me to join the creative team for Genesis, where Alyssa, the artistic director of Titan Theater Company, gave me a dual role of assistant director and stage manager. Whew, that was a mouthful. Now it has been a while since I was last in the stage management booth, but by myself. Like, it was probably 2017 to be exact. Ooh. So shout outs to Brandon and Alyssa for walking me through how to operate the light and soundboard ops. Thanks. And David for passing on more knowledge that I can use as a stage manager versus, my training as a director for the last 3 years. Our skills were I'm just expanding my skills. In March, right after we wrapped Genesis, I got an email from Belinda, shout out to her, to return to National Black Theater as her assistant stage manager for the presentation of packages, all the things we deliver. Shout out to Oya May for traveling all the way from Minneapolis to bring their show to life at the Chelsea Factory. Woo, girl. Gotta put that out there for my out-of-tone folks, because yes, theaters will pay for you to do your process here in the city. Don't forget that. Apply. Now, being the ASM for the show was a lot of work, but this time I felt ready. Yes. I worked at the Apollo Theater. It was the quickest way I had done at this point. Actors all sang down, and this was a stage reading, or rather a performance. It was a movement. Okay. I had a great time. In June, I was going to say 2024, but we are in the same year. I was back at it again as a stage manager for Good Light Productions. Shout out to Carolyn, the founder and producer of the company. I was hired for their Midsummer season, where we put up 2 shows. Shout out to Paula and Morgan, and of course the rest of the creative team and cast. Doing 2 shows back to back wasn't as crazy as I thought. The production schedule was perfectly aligned. 7 actors were in a room. Was a tough one to fit in this video, because Matthew put on this stage reading at Ripley Greer Studios, and then moved us on up to the center of West Park with a one-night only performance in front of a sold-out audience. And he's also launching his new producing company, doing big things. Another interview will be coming soon. Lastly, Meltdown was the most recent show I worked on. From this process, I learned how much I've grown, not just as a stage manager, but as an overall director of operations who's constantly adapting and trusting myself with my gifts and continued training. I heard from somewhere, because I don't know where, don't remember, that mastering means to continuously choosing to study and improve at your craft, whatever that might be. So join me in the next part of my journey where I'll talk about how my current career paths, yes, plural, yes, girl, are helping me define my overall brand. Bye.